Hello everyone and welcome back. Some more action from the WARNO League, and as you can see from the divisions, we are also in the US part of the WARNO League Division 1 action here with Fortitude fans versus Bandover, and Fortitude fans here picking his favorite division and also kind of ruining Bandover's roster a bit as well, because Bandover plays quite a bit of 6US as well, and is also known for only playing US division. So if you pick a US division away from him, he has one less division to play. So let's see if that strategy works out. As that also means, though, Bandover knows 6US really well. And the pick and ban in general, pretty standard here between the two, as we have 6US and 8US here in the first one. The bans, 2nd UK, 4th E, MNet versus DivMob, 4th Division and 79th. So bans not banning US divisions. Misplay there against Bandover, but it is what it is. The maps with Garda and Black Forest, pretty standard maps that have been around for a while. Black Forest here basically since the beginning, though not in its current form. And it's going to be interesting to see how the HVS here gets played. We have a lot of M38s coming around. We have a lot of Stingers coming around as well. Yeah, we are casting solo today. There is no... yeah. Alright, unfortunately can't make it today, so we are going in here. I'm going in here on my own today. With Stingers, Eyehawks, Ranger Dragons and co. On the way already. Or bent over here. Ranger Dragons coming in. Dual special forces that likely come from the other side, as we have some airbornes and one Navy SEAL here. Navy SEALs, absolute powerhouse infantry, have the 4 light support weapons, which are really strong. The spam of M48 Recon here is pretty interesting. They have good penetration, so they can rival M60s. They can even do a bit of damage to M1s. But no smoke, they are pretty slow, and they pay extra for the recon, so they're not the most cost-efficient vehicles here. And they are the only tanks at the same time that you get, so if you spam them all out in the beginning, you won't get any follow-up there. What's behind that? We have an ITO, we have an Eyehawk here coming up as well. There's Air Force Security coming out there as well. Other side, we have an M1, 16 frontal armor. We have a CEV as the vehicles. Bradley with the TOW 2 can one-shot those M48s as well. Without smoke, they can't dodge it. With just popping that smoke, so they have to get behind buildings, break the line of sight. Sniper here going in, LRS and Sniper towards the middle as well. HVS having a bit of a speed disadvantage always with the deployment, but follow-up here looks pretty solid, so I feel like this could work out for Bandover. The push from the other side, not going super deep. And as I say that, Fortitude fans just deleted all the M48s. So it looked like we might have a weird recon rush at hand. It feels like Fortitude fans did troll us all and is just going air spam after all. Okay, like, yeah, if you're new to Fortitude fans, you have to know that this is the best air player in WARNO. And he is especially scary with 6US. He is the one that made the air spam openers with them really popular and made them work the best as well. And him deleting his ground units is always scary for the enemy. So it's going to be interesting to see what we get here. It looked like we would have... I first thought he would just go ground, mass wave with recon, and then go into the air spam slowly. But it seems he decided otherwise and decided to go air spam early. So yeah, we get air spam right out of the gate. Navy SEALs here moving around as well. And there we go. Everybody on the way. Have quite a lot of forces here coming in. Rangers, Capral, and an Eyehawk here coming out immediately as well, knowing what you are up against here as bent over. Want to keep your F-16s in the rear as well. F-15C Eagle is out and about. Double A-10 coming in. We have an F-16 on the other side with decent Sparrow missiles, but not with the 40% ECM of the F-15 and with fewer of those missiles. Only 4 versus 8 missiles here. The F-16 tries to snipe the OH, has to be careful there. Doesn't get hit yet, but the Eagle has 3 more missiles. Misses the second one as well. Over, turning around, but now the accuracy of their missiles pretty low. Tries to get a hit there. Gets the pushback at the OH, but loses the F-16. Second F-16 coming around a bit too late. A-10 starting to fly back. F-16 gets the A-10 number 2. Killed off here. Crashes it down. Double Corsair coming in. We still have recon helicopters. The F-15 doesn't get the kill. Has 1 Sparrow remaining. Eyehawks could unload now. F-16 does get out. Chaparral trying to aim. We have the Corsair rockets running down Sniper. That is an okay unit to lose out there. Eyehawk not able to get behind the Eagle. But now the rocket planes also come in for the Eyehawk. And that's the scary part about Fortitude fans. He is really good at shenanigans like that. And the Corsairs enable it for him as well. Next F-16 coming out. Get a hit at the Corsair. We don't get a kill. HE Corsair coming around. OH helicopter getting shut down, but Eyehawk gets a hit here. F-16 gets a kill on the way out as well. F-15C coming around again. Chaparral has to be careful. Might want to turn it off till you can fire on more targets. Otherwise the Corsair might just run you down. Okay, now the bomber actually goes for something else right now. And the Chaparral doesn't get a hit yet. We don't have a new Eyehawk coming in yet. CB under fire. The Navy SEALs moving around. Chaparral moving in here to the front line. +3 right now for bend over because this cost all your points here as Fortitude fans, and the ground units are pretty low. The Eyehawk loss is annoying. Double Eyehawk now coming in. Want to set up a field that can get some decent kills, but you still have to be careful to also get a couple more ground units at the same time. Currently none coming in, only 2 supply trucks plus double Eyehawk. M48 here sitting around. The snipers not quite spotting it, but the +3 at least, that is pretty nice here for bend over. Finding the whole northern region empty as well, so the CP MUD could go up there too. Then you just have to be careful to get enough kills against the 6 air without losing all your AA in the process. Sniper here has to be careful as well. Will jump a bit too close, likely get annihilated there. Aggressive movements like this, maybe a bit of a mistake right now. MUD moving around. Wage actually going up there now. The recon Stinger coming around. Stingers are pretty helpful in this. Sniper immediately would have to jump out again. After seeing this, tries to jump out. Might be just in time. So the other units are chasing it now. CEV moving closer to give fire support. So does the M1 Abrams. Decal of the M150 can kill the OH Scout. That's a good cost-efficient unit here, 40 points. Even if it gets killed by a bomber, that's not really worth it for the enemy. Sniper goes down here. CV gets a shutout, but good reaction there from 42 fans, immediately moving out again. Not aging. The OH actually stays above this. Doesn't quite die. Fortunate for Ben. RS and Stingers Coming in, the CP Mud doesn't quite move in either, but 400 points. Decent start here. AA arriving, next Chaparral coming up, new LRS. That's nice. A couple more cheap infantry here, or cheaper infantry like the MP Patrol M67 would be nice. That aren't really worthwhile bombing, but can stop the enemy on the ground a bit. OH Scout and Cobra try to scan in the south. Stinger, Hawk setup has to get better. The Cobra rotating south here. Rich Scout in front of it. Out as the Alaskan Scouts getting closer. A7s moving around. Team moving in. Rich Scout here. Did land. Both sides getting their CVs in here in a second. Wait, 10-8. Moving around. Will find the kill. Minigun. Not sure kind of which angle it can fire on the ground there. 10 around, so this unit wants to be careful. And it actually starts to get gunned down. Yeah, the recon planes are really dangerous. That they didn't get killed at the beginning is quite annoying here for Vendover. Ralts coming around. Rifles coming around. So far though, still fine. It is in 500 points advantage. Mech Rifles now rotating south. But you have to be careful with your fight over here. Against the Eagles, against the Corsairs. The HE rotating around. No siege plane here. The planes will try to gun down some of the Hawks. Way 10-8. Moving forwards. Hawk gets a hit. Hawk gets a kill. And moving around. Eagle gets shut down, but no focus fire. Okay, there we go. Gets it stopped before it can drop. That's important. Rocket doesn't get a kill. Double F-16 out. Corsair didn't die. Second Corsair doesn't die either. Is an Hawk behind here. It has missiles. Get turned on. Hawk and Chaparrals against the one Corsair. Don't get the kill either. That is unfortunate from Vendover. Next Chaparral coming up. Hawks get reloaded. Can reposition. Moving up here. Alaskan Scouts have M67s. O2 moving around as well. Or Mech Rifle Infantry. That is key. The Chaparral is key as well. And one or two more here. Maybe a Stinger or on the map as well. Actually get your forces around. TV. Careful here. Find some kills. Mech Rifle. Moving forward. Navy SEALs. Push back. Here. Engage the Alaskan Scouts. Cobra. Moving forward. Chaparral trying to intercept. Stinger and a new leader. Coming up nicely as well. And Scouts. Fire here. Chaparral does miss again. Mech Rifles. Moving up. Get a good stun. The National Guard. Bradley will have to smoke off here. Kaito does miss. Okay. Good reaction there. 113. Moving around. Abrams pushing up. Can engage the Pathfinder. Dragon does miss. So 2 coming in as well. F-16s flying in the rear. We have a Prowler, we have a rocket, we have a cluster. 2 F-16s here around. They are key. 1 just the National Guard. 48, CV keeps on pushing it as well. Dragon should be able to find a kill there. There we go. M40 on the fire. Bradley can't find anything there. S-16's staying behind. Keep planes on the other side. Stay in there as well. More Stingers, more Rangers coming up. Next Stinger about to arrive on the front line. Making the life of these planes harder and harder. Are pretty solid play there from Vandover. Air Micro on the side of Fortitude fence. Really good as per usual as well. And hello there, Timon. Thanks for the raid. They're currently in the American versus American matchup with a lot of 8QS versus 6QS action here between Vandover and Fortitude, and Fortitude fans doing the Fortitude fan stuff. We had a start with an OA-10 and a normal A-10, but Vandover did hold it back decently, though we have dead Eyehawks already, run down by some rockets. Only one fighter, one A-10 so far killed off. A lot of Corsairs and so on damaged, but not killed. The Prowler also coming in now. Oh, finds a seed missile hit. Does get shut down. Flying over here. Okay, Eagle and F-16 trade as well. Next Eagle goes down. The cluster bomber coming in for the next Eyehawk. Chaparrals stopping this as well. And there we go. Vandover wins game 1. Air spam didn't work out. And Vandover does push back Fortitude fans' piece here. So, yep, that was a great hold against the master of the air cheese. 6US not working out here. Also because Vandover is an expert 6US player of his own, so knows what the tools are, knows how to dismantle them. Did that really with a lot of patience here. Never overstepping, but still constantly taxing the disadvantage in ground unit quality that Fortitude fans had, so that Fortitude fans had to play a bit aggressive with the planes. And yeah, the 3 kills here in the end. Really important. Just too many Chaparral Stingers and Eyehawks on the ground. The seed plane got 1 Eyehawk, but all the Eagles and Prowlers dying there. Getting a bit of payback for the less luck with the missiles a bit earlier. In the end, it all evens out, and Vandover wins game number 1 here. Rightfully so. So let's see what fans can bring up in the next one, as we have 2nd Panzer Grenadier versus 11th ACAV. So we have 2 mechanized forces there clashing on Kreider. I'm pretty excited to see what Fortitude fans' playstyle is with 2nd Panzer Grenadier. We have seen Vandover's 11th quite a lot. It is pretty strong. So let's see if Fortitude fans is up for it. Quick break. We're gonna be back. Game number 2. We go. Map number 2. And bend over now in the 11th ACAF on the left side here. Versus the 2nd Panzer Grenadier on the right side. On the Fortitude fences. And we have the interesting mechanized fist here setting up with 4 Leo 185s and a Leo 185 leader behind it. So 5 Leo 185s. That's the armored fist that this is all built around. We have Mother Panzer Grenadier behind it. We have an Eyehawk and a Gepard. So it's a pure armored fist running down the high road. Taking the high road, but on the other side, bend over. With expectation of another air spam here, I believe. With 3 OH-58s already coming out. Or maybe with a bit of an air play here of his own. Like, this looks absolutely paranoid. This looks like I believe I will get spammed by Harriers and Seed Tornadoes kind of playstyle. With 3 OHs. And then nothing else here around yet, really. 2 recon units, 1 M1A, 1 ACAF, and a Bradley, but those gonna be outnumbered so hard here on the other side. And we have 1 dismounted troopers and then likely 2 fighters or so. Like, this seems to be... okay, we see an Eyehawk instead. But that is not gonna be helpful here either. That is a lot of an AA investment here. And a division that already is always paying a bit extra because a lot of their units are recon. Okay, we see 2 more martyrs. That is going to be a bit more helpful. So, the Milan one not that great here in this matchup. Against the Leo 1A5s. It's okay. Okay, let's see himself. Okay, it starts to look a bit better. So, if it's only the OHs, that is totally fine. OHs here not the most helpful when it comes to actually killing helicopters, because the enemy doesn't have any attack helicopters. Like, I like the OHs the most in matchups where the enemy could start with a recon Mi-24K or Gazelle cannons or like some early Cobra play. But that's not the case. 6 only gets the PO-105s, which only have long range ATGMs and are usually not used aggressively at all. Okay, is a bit more of a normal opener. We have a Jaguar 2 here as well. Both sides completely ignore Bravo. No recon helicopter or anything here. It's only dual H's, so they don't really scout anything. But they can at least stop the BO-105 recon here on the other side, which tries to move away. And the OH not able to get it with the first shot, but gets it with the second stinger. Fallschirm Abwehr coming in here. Bradley has to actually be careful. Oh no. Bradley could be in for a bad time here. Yeah. Attack helicopter from the other side actually might have been more helpful. Okay, seeing the Iltis, that should give you information that there's something here. The Bradley actually keeps on moving though. That's not great for the Bradley. Fallschirmjäger in Panzerfaust 3 range. Ooh, does miss. Great reaction from Bendova with the smoke. Keeps it alive. That is big. That is really, really big. As the Leo 185 ball now rolls in here. Leo 185s going towards the enemy target. Frontline. Bradley trying to disengage. There is a Gepard with this whole shenanigans, so helicopter wouldn't be able to do much here either. More infantry is needed. Instead, it's the second Eyehawk. Okay, Bendover is still getting ready for an air spam. We have a dismounted troopers. Those have AT4s. You want more of those kind of units. Bradley did disengage further, but Defense Grenadiers here loaded as well. We have the 5 Leo 1A5s. Starting to get ready for combat. Other in for a bad time. And 1A1 here can do some decent damage. Go 1A5. Get the kill there immediately. Stinger should move the hell back. Cyanide coming around, but there's the Gepard. Yeah, can't use the Cyanide here either. Would need M1A1s. You would need more more infantry on the ground. And over-invested with the double Eyehawk. Expecting the classic Fortitude fence air spam. Yeah, that's just not working out here. Dismount the troopers on the defense. He's playing coming in. Okay, trying to enable air self. Gepard is turned off though. Fortitude fence. Knowing the playbook. Getting the Gepard off. Getting the Eyehawk off. Can't find anything, meaning Knight can't fly forward either. Press sitting around. Going out there. And Squares moving up. Humvee AGL trying to engage. Leopard 1A5s hitting south. Scouts don't have any AT. Others and then 1A1 Cavs here to engage a bit. Mager gets spotted and 1A1 on doing some damage. The Spherungs heading towards the center. Both sides completely ignoring the north. Bend over starts to finally check out on it. M1A1 coming up. Here's did fall back, so the M1A1 here can't engage anymore. Out in the fight. Panzergrenadiers for now doing a decent job. Fallschirmjäger Aufklärungs getting pushed back a bit. Speed plane can't find anything. It did rotate a bit. Leopard 1A5 getting pretty hard. On 2 getting involved. A1 did spot it. Does get hit by it. Body defense does disengage. We'll need a resupply here. Jaguar 2 did rotate around. Oh no, it was the second Jaguar 2. The other Jaguar 2 should rotate around then. Gepard still pretty scary, but you don't want to risk it with the seaplane still around. Dismount the troopers. Can't find the kill. Gepard still turned off. That helicopter coming around. Megers out as well. Light truck could come around for the M1A1, or should come around for the M1A1. Seaplane gets the Gepard. That's important. That might enable some plays here now with the Cyanide helicopters. If you realize it. Second Gepard comes around. Seaplane, I think, has spotted it. Gepard still turned on. Now turned off. Okay. This mother trooper get the kill against the Leopard CV. Infantry didn't stay in front of it. Mistake by Fortitude fans here once more. Aufklärungs pushing this back and bend over, now realizing that Fortitude did left the whole north open. Tornado trying to get a kill here. Did get a kill against the AA helicopter. Cyanide still alive. Eyehawk fails to get the kill. GL here, actually engaging the Fallschirmjäger Aufklärer without veterancy, so damage is decent but not great. Troopers again, Panzergrenadiers holding off the other Panzergrenadiers there. Rifle Dragons try to reinforce the center here. M1A1's not in a position to engage just yet. 1A1 gets the Milan 2 this time around. Unimox around for it. More mech rifles. More the troopers in the south. Bit stuck again. Trying to hunt down the enemy. Staying behind the smoke, but the Martyrs get a good couple of shots off. Don't quite get onto the enemy. Gauge away from there. Gepard is around as well, so the helicopter is in trouble. No, the helicopter that went down was a cyanide as well, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah. Thought it was an OH, but that was the other cyanide actually, so damage there, still annoying. Second one goes down now as well. Plane gets shut down on the other side. Nighthawk doing a good kill there, so bent over, doing a bit of damage to Fortitude fence as well, but push south here currently. Pretty scary, though the +1 still happening through the north. Mech rifles coming around the numbers. M1A1 getting involved. Seed plane firing its missiles. Not getting a kill. Who nearly gets killed off there. Barely stays alive. M1A1 gets hit by the Fuchs Milan. Leopard 1A5 pushing up as well. No new reinforcements coming in outside of the mech rifles. M1A1 does have to kind of do it. Leopard 1A5 here. Does get another shot out. Oh no, does smoke off. Realizing that the enemy might have gotten theirs first. Fuchs Milan goes down. And the Leo 1A5 push does continue in here. Mech rifles holding the line. Fuchs A1 getting shut down. Ooh, M1A1 going side armor. Yeah, big mistake there. Big maneuver mistake. Engine damaged, and it gets killed off before the smoke pops fully. We have an Nighthawk here still around. Cyanide out of tow 2s. No real reinforcements coming in for the hill just yet. Cyanide rocket helicopter doing an okay job. If he pushes in, M1A1 ACAF trying to get the flanking in here. Pushing out the Fallschirmjäger. Let's more units figure out the situation in the north. Maybe even gonna try to attempt to go even deeper. As the artillery comes in. Aims for the CV corner. CV already got. Pioneers and Fallschirmjägers there in danger as well. 7mm under attack. Oh, M1A1 ACAF needs to get the hell out of there. A bit of a tough spot. Marder goes down. Fallschirmjäger pushing up. Seed plane fires its missiles again. Gets the Gepard. Gets pushed out. Marders getting closer. Jaguars not in the spot right now. Neither is the Cyanide. More Marders coming up. 109 trying to get some footing in here as well. Dismounted troopers. Moving forward. Mech rifle dragon getting repaired. Dismounted troopers. Not able to get a kill yet on the Marder. Doing a better job now. Fallschirmjäger though. Hunting down the M1A1 ACAF. Getting it routed. Getting it killed. Jaguar not in position here to get any more shots out. Maybe gotten the Leo 1A5 there. 109. Not hitting the target either. Dismounted troopers. Currently no tanks, no M1s on the battlefield here for Wendover. That is a problem. Dismounted troopers. Try to find hit there. Engaging now. Cyanide helicopters moving around. No Gepard here. Southern frontline area. PM flies out once more. But gets too far away there. Dismounted troopers in a decent spot. Fallschirmjägers slowly pushing on. Fortitude fans in a pretty decent spot now, but needs to get the capture point still. Needs to still get the take online here and push a bit further. As currently, Wendover still has the tech with the north, where, yeah, there's just no unit for Fortitude fans. Fortitude fans completely wants to rail down the south and destroy the enemy here. not quite doing this. He's getting decently close, but he doesn't have bent over broken yet, and long term that might be annoying point wise. Milan 2 under attack by the M109 gets M109 gets the kill there. The Griffon Dragon doing a decent job. Eyehawk versus Tornado Seed. Okay, trades 1-1. Double Eyehawk actually getting the hit there. Mech Rifle Dragons helping out against the Vulture and the Pioneers. Doing a good job as well. Pushing them back slowly but surely. Vulture and Pioneers about to get pushed out of there. And yeah, Fortitude fans needs a couple more units here. And more 10 coming out as well. Can snipe the enemy Iltis Führungs there in the zone in the south. Can maybe get involved against the infantry fights. Rotation going north now, but we have a Cyanide there. We don't have an AA in Fortitude's fence forces, and that's a TOW 2. Coming for your IVs and tanks. Next ATGM flying. Smoke goes up. M1A1 there, getting a bit close. Oh, gets killed off by the Vulture Mega B1 Panzerfaust 3. Oh, big loss here for the player in red. That M1A1 was so important. Now it's Diagor trying to get involved again as well. Cyanide running low, and the Eyehawk actually just gets the kill there. Diagor doesn't get the hit on the Eyehawk. Missile misses slightly. M1A1 moving around. Panzer Grenadiers not getting any hits either. All a bit unfortunate here. LRS could maybe come around to the other side, trying to get some shots. But Panzer Grenadiers, the only thing remaining in the center now. Blue Blob is moving up. ETGM not getting a hit. M109 get a hit here towards the southern area. Far not one, but the Führungs here moving around. Will try to get into the central zone here. M1A1 rotated around with the helicopter dying. Situation here has become a lot more precarious. Panzer Grenadiers here failing to really get damage done either. Gepard coming around. Jaguar 2 gets smoked off there. Iltis Führungs coming in. A10 AT charging in. Yeah, so you have a Tornado AA on the other side. You have one Eyehawk. Both sides miss each other a bit. Much. The AM9s on both sides find a target, but both planes pushed back. That's pretty fine for defense right now. Has the initiative, can move further on. Oh, Unimox likely gonna get caught. Scouts don't have AT. Back Rifle Dragons pushing along the southern edge. Vulture Megas there getting assisted, and the +1 is nice for Fortitude fans. Gets more their 1A5s here onto the battlefield. LRS coming up. Artillery won't hit its target as Fortitude fans moves out there again. Realizing that that might be a good artillery target. Mech rifles won't be pushing through here on their own. They'll push in the south, but some key losses here on the side of Bendover. Not getting the M1A1 ball you kind of want in this matchup. Up to the numbers where you want them to be. Bronx coming up. Bradley coming in for some more action. Oh, okay. Counter battery coming in again, but nothing there to hit. Jaguar and Green Archers holding the north there currently. Fleet plane once more around. Eyehawk is depleted though. Gepard is turned off. That part turned off again. Defense knows how to play this. One coming up. The Spherongs will get to the long ground. They'll start to contest it. M1A wants 2 of them now. That sounds easily capable. Pick gets stopped for now. Bradley heading in. Mac Raffles. Much speed. Capture goes fully through. Class 1 keeps on ticking up. 400 points. Not massive, but a nice start to build up on. And you. And the Tornado F3AA hit and forced back. F4F HE trying to find a new target. Likely an M1A1. M1 A1 M109s here. Keep on firing onto the enemy Panzer Grenadiers. Start getting hits. Get a decent one there. F4F. Get a kill onto the Jaguar in the north. We have an M1A1. We have an Mac rifle coming in, so that's something that you can hold. F16C. You have to be careful there. Or FHE. Yeah, Harrier HEs. Moving around. Ooh. 16C seats. Moving in there. Getting the first hit. Going for guns. Okay. Harrier just barely survives. Planes going back home. This fight in the south escalates further. CB makes it in. Will get the full capture here. Oh, M1A1 gets hit once more time by the Layer 1A5. Bradley and the M1A1 now slowly grind up the units spammed into the south. Meager. Good move a bit back there. And the T-Knight coming in from the side. Shots. 1-9. Oh. Here. There we go. Defeat is called. Bend over. Did tap out here. Out of points. Oh. Oh. Unfortunate. It was a DC. Okay. Yeah, Fortitude fans was a good bit ahead in points though. So chances are that they could have made it done on the ground as well. But okay. That's like so I'm guessing Bendover didn't just rage quit. There was no quite point there to rage quit, but yeah, Fortitude fans have a good KD. But not quite the points in the end yet. To win counts. Yeah, disconnects counting for the winners for the enemy. Unfortunate here, but Fortitude fans getting the W here in the end, and I think it's deserved based on the result, the current standing there. The second Pennsylvania was pushing forward. It got a lot of important kills, and that made the situation pretty uncomfortable for the bend over here. GGVP bend over, winning the first one, losing the second one in the end. Next series. So quick break, and we're gonna be back with the next one. second series of the day is going to be Highlander versus Griffon. And Griffon so far performing really, really well in the season. Being the player, beating the Exhibister. So let's see if Highlander can beat them. Highlander so far only with 1 point on the scoreboard out of the uh, series against Hippie with 1 draw and a loss. So would need a win here as well to stay in the run, or at least a draw to stay in the run for the group stage. Takes and bands, 5th Panzer, and 76 PDV again. The division that we already saw against Hippie out of Highlander. 5th Panzer, pretty close to their 2nd Panzer Grenadier, which is their favorite division. 2nd Panzer Grenadier got banned here, one of first, 2nd favorite division got banned as well. 4th Division on the other side, and 5th Panzer, both Leopard 2 divisions. So, relatively close in their profiles, both not having any attack helicopter or so. Decent bombers, okay fighters, short range, and have a bit cheaper IVs without autocannons versus a bit weaker cannons but better frontal armor and ATGMs on the Martyrs. So yeah, gonna be interesting. Both sides having a couple of Leopard 1s as well. Start with Leopard 1A1s here, left side. On the right side, 1 Leopard 2A4C coming in immediately. Sides have access to the tank as well. Have a couple KCT Vercanners to the north and 113 south. Leopard 1A1s here with 2 level veterancy. Good amount of Zwillinge as ground support basically. Moving around here into the forests. Milan 2s coming up in numbers as well. There are not a lot of helicopters on the other side, so yeah, the Zwillinge are pure ground support here. But they are pretty slow, so if they get spotted, they can be removed with artillery or with vehicles relatively easily. Just super deadly against it. You're 1 of 5 here. Spotting the engagement, the units in the south. Zwillinge getting out of their transport. Nearly getting the kill. The Jäger Aufklärers might get it here in the end. Should have jumped into the building immediately. Trying to aim there. Should have been lowered a bit earlier. BO 1 of 5 does survive. Capture in the south. Units moving in through the north. To not finding a shot just yet. Both sides capturing some capture points. Griffon getting control over the center. Jaguar 2 here immediately gets gunned down. That's pretty painful. My PR doesn't get hit here. Leo 2A4 can rotate around. PR over here moves too far away as well, so the Milan 2 can't find the hit there. Yeah, the tower always really strong. More Leopard 1s coming in. Going to be interesting to see if Leopard 2A4 is going to be used aggressively, but it doesn't seem to be the case. And 5th Panzer playing it slow here. Bringing in Panzer Grenadiers in the north. F5 HE gets the drop, doesn't get the kill. Pilot injured, pushed back. As we have the YPR moving into the center. Have more Martyrs coming along. Zwillinge do an okay amount of damage. M113s here falling back in front of the Martyrs. Martyrs playing really aggressive here. Running into the Panzer Infantry with Dragoons. KCT Vercanners holding fire here. Could just kill the Iltis Virungs. Their Infantry Dragon getting pushed around. Getting a kill against 1 Martyr. M113s here with the long range autocannons. Need to kill KCD Canners. Finishing the job against the Iltas. Both Martyrs down. Panzer Infantry here. At least likely gonna go down as well. But the Leopards here not having any further engagements. YPR in a pretty good spot. Yeah, no real support here. Just 2 Martyrs trying to cross the open field. That's a bit lackluster. And in the end, everything here gets stopped. KCD Canners and one of the 13s will get the kill there. Only 1 Panzer Infantry killed. We have a Mars coming in for the center. Well, Leopard 2 actually might fall back into it here. That might actually be unfortunate timing. Cluster hitting into that area right at that moment. But the Mars doesn't seem to get any kills. Maybe gets the... Okay, gets the fly. Gets a kill. But Peter and YPR leader do survive. Falling back. Leopard 2A4C falling back as well. Other 1A2s sitting around. A1A1. There. Cluster. Last 2 rockets will come out in a second. Ooh. O2 coming around again. Martyr under fire. Gets killed. Cluster rockets coming in. Not quite getting the cheetah of IPR. Disengages. And the Toad 2 just gets way too much value out of here. But, like, immediately gets the next Martyr. Have a roll on 3 coming around. Leopard 2A4C around as well. Smoking off against the next Toad 2. Trying to bait out another one here, I guess. One more to go. Loading. Fires the last one. Okay. We'll need a full-on reload now. Flight truck's not on the way, so Totu at least empty for now. Could be played against. Have a good couple of M48s and Leopards in the north. Getting reinforcements. Full-on 3. Yep. Mars will get reloaded. Has to be careful with the minimum range, but the Mars one is actually quite low. Units itself, so can't still fire from there. Another 1A2 ban. Villain. No real action there. And anyway on the map. +2. Going on for Griffon. Will aim for the Milan 2. The recon unit on the other side. Immediately gets the kill there. Fanspear trying to disengage. Will get killed off as well. M110 starting to generate real value here. Rest of the units and likely gonna shoot there. 20s and co trying to move forward, but there is still Leo 2A4C here on the other side. Mars still reloading. 20 moving up. Yeah, Leopard 2A4 of Highlander actually moved north, so just idling around there. And I feel like Highlander just gave up a bit too much on the map here now, and now tries to get it back, or in general, tries to get it back with dislodged, lowly supported pushes. And can't say I'm a fan. Yeah, Martyr just gets one-tapped by the Leo 2A4 here. Panzer Grenadiers will close in, but will just get wiped out there as well. And currently, no real value generation there. Us reloading, more M48s coming in. All light tanks. Yep, no Panzer 2s. No Leo 2s. Grenadiers. Sakia YPRs. All around. 5 ET. In against the Panzer Grenadiers. Will get the drop. Will get the kill. F5. So far. likely survive the rest as well. Next time 110 keeps on doing more damage. F4F. Damage gets pushed back. Zwillinge go down. This is currently not looking hope for Highlander here. Just a lot of shots landing on target from the M110s, and the attack movement here without recon, like the recon situation is pretty bleak, and then also with little support, no artillery shots, no air push coming in, no real tanks with the pushes, like pushing with infantry and IFV over open fields, that's a pretty rough way to do it. Big Aufklärer holding the north, the infantry moving up. 48's coming in. A couple more martyrs. Fuchs, Razit, Mars loaded. Good fire somewhere. See where it goes. Hands infantry dragons here. Filling out. 13. Bird sitting in the south. M110s. A2s. Now aiming for value again. Mars on the other side just hasn't generated yet. Mars aiming for the similar area again. Let's see if it can get the kill on the cheetah at least this time around. Big Aufklärer trying to find some value, but the TOW 2 now is reloaded. The window of opportunity there wasn't really taken, and now the defense here is pretty solid again. TOW 2, you can't just push with M48s. The Mars this time around gets the kill against the cheetah. That is all nice. M48s get pushed back. Jäger Aufklärer get murdered by the autocannons on the other side. TOW 2 now finds the next Jager to hit, and his TOW 2 is just becoming an absolute MVP. Meanwhile, artillery in the north did clear up the mess. M110s here getting more and more value. Cluster coming around again against the Leopard 2A4. Ooh, get the kill! Okay. Mars finally finds some value, but yeah, infantry now coming up. The TOW 2 still an issue. Second TOW 2 coming up as well. There is no artillery here. There is no real good AA here on the other side as well, especially since the cheetah died, so you could bomb this with the Harriers or so. And with the Rolands, the enemy would also have tough time shooting down your Harriers. There is a Roland 2 and 3, 2 Roland 3s. Here 105s, also trying to be annoying behind enemy lines. Maybe get the 10 here. Ihawk now coming around. M48s and Martyrs moving in. Push around. Oh no, this is not second, this is 5th Panzer, sorry. But yeah, bombers maybe still could be helpful here. Fuchs Razit doing the spotting. Has to immediately smoke off with the TOW 2. To a good spot. No M109. Get rid of it yet. We have Mars. YPR gets a martyr. Next TOW 2 flying. Smoke comes out just in time. More martyrs coming in with Panzer Infantry. 2 Panzer Grenadier. Martyr does reload here. Hit the martyr. Reload. TOW 2. Constant fire. Next shot. Gets the kill to an M48. This martyr is toast as well. Yeah, Highlander's push here. Just not with enough fire support to really break it. No smoke play or so either. Like, this is just trying to breach the enemy with one-to-one force compositions, and that's not functioning against enemy in entrenchment, especially with good ATGMs like the TOW 2. And there is a big problem here for Highlander of making it through. Martyrs coming in. 155mm Feldhaubitze coming in as well. What else we have? The northern units here still standing still. The Leopard 284 generated 0 value so far. Finally starts to engage. And yeah, I don't know why it didn't help out in the south. Like, this could have been the one that eats the toe. Like, at least can hit either hit there. And then the other units could shoot it down. But itself with the 120mm could deal damage as well. BO 105 here, trying to come around, but the Eyehawk is unfortunately in a good spot there. And yeah, first Eyehawk missile gets a kill. Second one, not quite yet. But the BO 105 gets shot down by the third one. T-Bomber coming along. 2 bombs. Greatest. But the F4, okay, gets the kill on the turn. 48 versus Panzer Infantry Law. Going around. Coming up there. Cluster. Ooh. He's on top. Where the enemy MR10s were a second ago. Gets a decent hit. Oh, doesn't get the kill. Leaves it on 1 hit point. Okay, that is unfortunate. Getting a counter battery kill there would have been big. YPR goes down. Mars aims where they might have fallen back to, but there's nothing there. 55mm repositioning. TOE2s. Yeah, too many ATGMs here. Too many TOE2s. Panzer Infantry Dragon. Under attack in the next one. YPR coming up, and M50 goes down, M48 goes down, Marder goes down. Cluster trying to kill off the YPR here. By doing it, YPR itself goes down, but the Marders and M48s go down in numbers as well, and still no further pushing of the Leopard 284 in the north. TOE2s now under fire by the 155mm. That is key. But a lot of forces have died figuring those positions out. One of the TOE2s goes down. The second one, still trying to aim, goes down as well. So finally some value, but the Leopard 284B is pushing. Leopard 284B leader as well. The Leopard 284C still standing still in the north. Such a misinvestment there. If you go for such a heavy tank, you have to use it. At least be a bit more threatening with it. Yes, currently there was never a moment where Griffon really had to respect that thing. Whilst the one from Griffon over here didn't do much either, but it, with its position itself, threatened to come out and just shoot up anything. Position up here is kind of whatever, as Griffon doesn't plan to go there anywhere there. Position before was even worse, but Griffon can do the damage down here, and also knows that the enemy Leopard 284 is just stranded there. So if there would be more stuff behind us, that could be helpful. 155mm artillery, trying to find a TOE2. The artillery there, Leopard 1NL gets it. Gets damaged. But the Marder goes down on the other side. Artillery coming against the TOE2. Leopard 284 now on its own. Should have moved with those units again. Like, that Leopard 284 movement is really weird. Obviously, you don't want to lose it, so it should never be your most frontal unit. So it kind of is now. But you always want to have it fired together with your other units. That just didn't happen at all. Center push here does continue. Artillery versus Fanspeer. Mars from the other side. Aims for the Leopard 284 here again. Leopard 284 trying to disengage. That's down. Doesn't get killed. We're here in the middle. Engage. Leo 1 in the north at least went down. But Leo 284 is rotating around. 3 of them around on the battlefield here again. Griffon generating some more value. Panzer Infantry slowly pushing forward. We have more Marders coming in, more M48s coming in as well, which just don't do anything against the Leopard 2s, so you need to do something else to deal with them. Panzer Infantry coming under fire by the Panzer Grenadiers. They nearly got the YPR, but not quite. Milan 2 here, still engaging, but the Panzer Grenadiers all taking casualties. F4 under IHawk fire. Next TOW 2 in a good spot. 5mm haven't fired in a while. Yeah, there is a Leopard 4C now in the center as well. Bit late. Instead of maybe all the M48s, a couple more quality tanks could have been helpful. And the traits here lately have really not been great. Panzer Grenadiers down Mars. On a great spot. Oh! Ah, unfortunate hits so far. Ah! Those were unfortunate hits. Okay, that was a great position fire, but all 4 layers survived. 2 of them really close. Clutch survival there. And yeah, Leopards here moving around. Highlander coming in. Forces. Wave 4. Trying to hold the Panzer Infantry in the north. Infantry under fire. Getting shot up. 2 in here. Doesn't quite find the hit. Pretty stressed out by now. Accuracy used to 37%. Find another shot. Ooh, Leopard 2A4 in the middle here. Pretty low. All the HGMs on the other side. Quite scary, but they are out of ammo now. Panzer Infantry is still pushing. Panzer Mörsers moving around 155mm. Need to be constantly firing now. Mars. Still aiming here. 10s. Trying to find some value as well. Don't think they're gonna hit it this time around, but all the Panzer Grenadiers in the end get finished off here. 48 coming up. Leopard 2A4C getting repaired. And the M48s not finding the hits they want to. One goes down. Bash Bear goes down as well. As Mars has reloaded now. Comes in for a Leopard 2A4 once more. One still under fire. The 155mm doing a decent job as well. Oh no! Mars doesn't hit again. Could have still gotten the kill there. M48s and Marder 182s still are stopped. Southern engagement completely idle. The 2 right now. Highlander has to push up north. Hasn't gotten through there, and the point lead here is getting pretty significant now for Griffon right now. Not finding any value. Leopard 2A4C coming up. Tank engagements in the north lately not really happening. Fighting. And firing. Okay. Mortar fire. Done firing. Oh! F-16 cluster is on target. Nearly gets the kill onto the Leopard 2A4. Gets the rest of the units killed. F4FAA. A bit late. Won't get the hunt here. IHawks are still around, so it should have turned off away. Will get hit now. And with the cheetah together, kill is there. Infantry pushing on its own. Pioneer Carl Gustav under fire. PR goes down. PR in the center goes down as well. We have 2 Leopard 2A4Cs now. We have a Fuchs Razit, but no frontline now. Like these kind of pushes with a bit of frontline in front of it would have been great 10 minutes ago. But this way around, the +2 does stand. 6 minutes till victory here, and Yeah, Highlander never got a push that really materialized, neither in the north nor the center. And they didn't even attempt in the south. Panzer infantry gonna get killed off. Yeah, there we go. Pioneer is taking some damage as well. Up to a 4B. F dots. Panzer infantry law. Okay. IPR moving up. Thanks. Keep moving. Cluster. Coming around again. Not hitting anything. And the kill feed is only blue units right now. Only Highlander units dying. M48s, Milan 2s, the M110s here, the big howitzers just absolutely doing their job. We get a kill against the Leopard 2A4B now, but there are too many weak units without fire support. No artillery, no Leopard 2 to give fire support to the M48s and layer 1A1s. And if you then don't play aggressive from the get-go and the enemy actually can get stuff like TOW 2s in position, then you are in a lot of trouble. Buster get some hits. Trying to shoot up the north. 48's under fire. And it looks us getting into the forest. Standing up the recon position. Leopard 2A forest still around, but everything else here just dies salvo after salvo. M110s are relentless. And yeah, the Mars tries to generate more value here. Doesn't really hit the right spot for that. And Griffon was doing a pretty decent job moving units around. Next looks here, gets shot up, and it's time and time again trying to move through this angle, and it's just not working. Jaguar 2s coming up. Pioneer Carl Gustav. Next Jaguar 2. BO-105s here under fire. Getting killed off. Next one gets shot down as well. Does blow up on the ground. Smoke plate tries to get the throws in, but the power balance here is completely swung to the right side by now, fully in the hands of Griffon. Highlander gave a lot of ground and then didn't really set up a push together that could challenge it. And Griffon moved the Leopard 2s and the forces here really well. Gets the next kill here on the Leopard 2A4C in the south as well. The TOW 2 position's really good. Catching off a couple of units a bit too easy maybe as well. And yeah, just not really the right approach here for the matchup from Highlander. It was the counter pick from Griffon, deciding that they want to play the slightly lighter heavy layer 2A4 division. That slightly lighter might be the difference here. Fourth Division is still a really strong deck and had a smoke play coming in, but there's little room to capture here. Picks going up as Highlander never want to give up early. So they will try to get it turned around, but they have no material for that. They have the Mars cluster launcher here about to fire again. But once more, not hitting a spot of value. But the Panzer infantry that does move forward. Good kill against the Unimog. This is Division 1. Highlander coming up from Division 2 last season, and Griffon coming up from high ratings, and so far really delivering. 5 games, 5 wins so far, as it seems. Like, Highlander actually gets a CV in here in the center, but 12 minutes remaining. Yeah, the Leopard 2A4 leader will have to get back in here. North gets captured. This gets stopped. Pioneer getting killed off. Country moving in. And it's unloading. YPR getting the engagement on. Pioneer Carl Gustav under fire. Getting lit up there. Layer 2A4 does make it back in there. And yeah, Griffon in a really, really good spot. Grenadier Führer under fire. About to go down. Jaguar. Get the hit. Not finding it. We have a decent amount of Rolands behind us, but none of them in the right spot. Grenadier Führer here, still trying to hide in the smoke. Leopard 2A4Cs once more pushing over, but there's so little room here for maneuver. Yeah, 16 cluster just coming in again. Nearly eliminates one of them, and Leopard 2A4s on the other side, plus TOW 2s. Should be able to do the job. First one goes down. And Grenadier Führer here in the smoke. Still need to be found, and there we have the tap out. GGVP. That's Griffon with a really dominating faction here, dismantling Highlander in this first game. And that was just not the right approach there from our player in blue. And more attempts here with long kill feeds. They always knew where to fire, and the Leopard 2A4 investment just being unused for so long, I think, was the biggest mistake after giving up the center for free to the enemy without doing a push at the same time in the north. Like, this is usually how you trade. Like, if you give up the center, you push the north so that you don't have a take against you, and then you play from there with divisions that are similarly fast, and both of these divisions are similarly fast, as you have Fernspeers and so on. And the enemy can't just rush your Fernspeer either, and the Luxus that you can bring. So playing so slowly and then not having a push ready, bit of a weird choice here. And yeah, playing with the early Mars was like, I liked the Mars in general. Got the Leopard 2A4 and so on, and it did get a lot of damage. A bit unlucky with the hits. I think it would have been fine buying that later when the unit concentration is a bit higher. And instead, yeah, setting up push early, and then yeah, once there was no early push, and you give 4th Division the time to settle in with TOW 2s, then they're just gonna dismantle you. TOW 2 also getting a decent amount of kills here around the battlefield. One here, starting with 2 Jaguars, Marder, and a M48, so good value there. And yeah, let's see if Highlander can find a better way into game number 2, or if Griffon can keep up the run here and can basically also secure the tickets into the playoffs if they win the next map. Short break. We're gonna be back with the next one. Game number 2, we have pretty interesting matchup as well. As we go into the packed side of things, and on the left side, Highlander bringing you around again the 76 VDW. We saw this division against Hippie, and Hippie played second Panzer second UK against it successfully, whilst on the other side, Griffon, instead of trying to face them off directly, place the 119th. They have Spetsnaz as well, so they have a bit of forward deployment, but they're obviously behind that are a lot heavier around the TADUs. I feel like this is a weird pick. You have good fighters as 119th against the MiG-31s, so the MiG-31s are still better than even your Su-27s. And the TADUs are great value for the LGB bombers, for example. And yeah, it's gonna be tough to defend your area of the map. And I would like to see Highlander trying to get into Anna. I don't see that though. It seems to be a relatively conservative play here with the 76. And yeah, before we jump in, guys, real quick shout out to the Matcherino page where we crowdfund this whole event and where you can also help crowdfunding it by directly or by either doing the subscribing to the YouTube channel over here to get 26 cents back into the prize pool as well. The claim code buttons for free we already used up, so thanks for that. But yeah, if you want to help out further, you can still contribute directly. If you want to get us to the $1,000, which would mean that this would be the highest prize pool for any league so far. And yeah, $500 is nice. Let's see if we can push this further. If you want to support me directly, consider subscribing on Twitch or becoming a channel member on YouTube, unlocking a couple of nice emojis as well, getting no ads on Twitch too, and yeah, just supporting me directly with a lot more money than the ads that you watch could ever make me individually. So that would be helpful as well. On the right side here, TO55s, KDUs coming around as well. Use moving up, get into a good spot there. Yeah, we have decent amount of AA here with ZU-23s, which are supposed to be anti-infantry most likely once more. And they can be helpful against potential helicopter Mi-24s here on the other side. Have what Fortitude BMP2s, Spetsnaz GRUs, relatively conservative, giving up Feodor. Anna has a fort, one of those. Yeah, no direct rush into Anna here. And yeah, pretty big investment here into center. There is not going to be any push into center. I feel like this could have been 1 unit or 2 units, kind of knowing that the enemy likely wouldn't challenge it anyways, and if they would, you could get it later. 76 is a bit weird. It doesn't have any recon. Oh, I think going deep here with Targot, yeah, no, but still playing it more defensively here. Well, that you, okay, trying to get around behind the enemy lines here, but that's quite weird as well. I guess feeling as air recon to know what the enemy fighters come in, so the MiG-31s can do more damage. We have Rajvetka BMD3s moving around here. Yep. But last time we saw this, I already talked about. I think 76 is rather predictable, and if you prepare for it and you take your time, you can dismantle it within 40 minutes. And that is kind of the issue of the deck currently, that you don't have enough cheese to throw at the enemy, and you don't have enough longevity to really last a 40-minute game. And with the pick on the maps not allowing you to win the game in the first 10 minutes that easily, but by getting a +5, +6 anymore, it's quite hard to get this division to a victory in the long run. It's still known for the cheeses that it pulled and the OP air spam and so on that it had, but those times are long gone. The Spreadscooper V are pretty strong special forces infantry, but that's not GRUs and especially the normal Spetsnaz on the other side for Griffon can keep up with that as well. Sergeant Conquers here around. One Luat already got killed. Next one trying to engage here in the north. Like they gonna get killed off as well. Even in the wrong direction there for a second. Or like they're gonna fall. But over here, bring a bit up. Velky around BMPs. South. MiG-31 is in the sky immediately. I'm not quite sure what for. Yeah, this other side doesn't have any bombers or anything that you usually play as about 19th, so bit of an early investment that should have maybe gone into a ground unit. But Spets Cooper V get into the building here. Will engage the Saperis. Has to disengage again after seeing that there's a T80 and a T55 against it. Spetsnaz getting snipes here. Fagot down the north. More Rajvetka coming around. More Conquers coming in as well. Get into the center, but this is a bit of a dead end for the Spätskrupa V. Like 3 Spätskrupa V in this area of the map. They can't really push further than this. Like this is pretty open terrain. That U-23 goes down, so CB can now move in there, stop the take. We have an SU-22 for AT coming along, but there is a Tunguska on the other side already. Doesn't get a hit immediately, but SU-22 4 doesn't find any shots either. Forgot. Did get the kill against the BMP-1 up there. That might give it away long term as well. The TADU got it, but double Tunguska around, triple Tunguska to come around. So the AT plane here not really functioning. 31 sitting around. I feel like you need to go to Anna. Like, if you want to play 76 here, you need Anna. Like, you need to take early on. You can't hold Fedor. Yeah, seed plane here now, trying to come around, but Tunguskas can be used without the seed. Only the guns are bound to the seed, to the radar weapon. Can still fire the missiles without the radar weapon. So, once they're turned off here, SU-24 still can get shot at. And can get hit at by Tunguskas without the SU-24 seed finding any of them. Schmel drone coming up. 31. But the Tunguska really great there against those Schmel drones as well with the missiles. Most effective anti-drone tools actually. Yeah, no BMD2s, no BMD3s. Both of which are a bit overpriced in my eyes currently. Yeah, the Luats here actually rolling the wrong way, revealing completely that something is in the rear. We see now double Me-8 MT Escorty. Trying to find whatever is there, and the double Me-8 would even be able to gun down the ZU-23 there with the long-range rockets. As we have the Schmel drone coming forward, and yeah, I don't play the stack aggressive. I'm not sure what's going on here. So I guess the idea is winning with the air in the long run. But yeah, the Schmel coming around, LGB goes out, finds the first one. Tunguska gets the hit though, so the S-24 won't come around for the next bombing run and will be out for a while. Duats coming around, ZU-23 not revealing itself, SU-27S coming up. 24AT didn't come around at the same time. Like if you want to shut down the Tunguskas, at least come around at the same time there. So this is not a Fortitude fence level air maneuvering either. Yeah, this is a bit weird. Like I expected something more special out of the 76 play for a Division 1 action game here. Like, this is a bit too basic for my liking right now. Then the Conquerors here now move around. As the enemy can start escalating the combined arms, and you can't quite follow. You don't have tanks. You don't have strong artillery. You have okay artillery with the Nonnas. You don't have helicopters, which for an airborne division is pretty rough to not have access to that as quick, constant force on the battlefield. Like 31 in here. Yeah, I guess they are the plan here, but Strela and Tunguska spam eventually will mean that you get kills here against the enemy. MiG-31 can dodge the Su-27 for days. Su-27 too slow to really catch up. So the MiG-31 will get out. Su-27 flies way too deep. Ooh, if there's a MiG-31 now would be the time. There's no MiG-31. Okay. Yeah, that was way too deep for Griffon. Big mistake, but doesn't get punished. That could have been a nice start. Well, the ZSU actually gets both helicopter kills. So that is value. The BRM-1K will kill it now, but still value generated here with the move in the south. That was a job well done there in the end. The weird combo with Fagot and the ZU, but gets rewarded. The artillery now finds the next conquerors though, and yeah, you can start playing whack-a-mole with your artillery and start dismantling the 76, and the air needs to eventually generate as much value as your artillery can, whilst more and more Tunguskas enter the battlefield to make it more annoying for those airplanes. And there are not a lot of airplanes in 76. Like, the ones that you get are great, but you don't get a lot. Next Luat sitting around. The 223 goes down. Spätsgruppe V in a good spot here. Will deal with the Motostrelki. That's a good kill. BMD3 now in a nice position as well. Can start to give some autocannon fire support. But Brezhvetka will slowly advance. BRM, BTRD robot. Going out, BTRD. Coming around with its grenade launcher. Have more E-Glass coming around in the rear. Next BTRD in there. BTRD robot. ATGM getting shut down. Spätsgruppe V having to fall back as the artillery comes in again. Yeah, that 152mm was constantly generating value. Single Su-24 AT still hasn't fired a single missile, and by now we have 4 Tunguskas and 2 Strelas, I believe, or even 5 Tunguskas. Yeah, it's 5 Tunguskas and a Strela on the battlefield. So even with seed, that's gonna be tough. And as there is no seed out right now, actually, they can just turn on the guns and just shoot down the Su-24. And the map is not being made wide enough for the Tunguskas to stretch thin. Fight is all on this one place. Meanwhile, no tick goes on at the same time. I'm really worried for Highlander here, and Griffon is just playing a pretty slow and methodical War at 19th game. And 76 was the counter pick, and I expected aggressive counterplay there. Like, 119 was the first pick. This one, and I think the 76 counter pick does make some sense if you play it aggressive, if you play it low budget. You have good ATGMs, so you can make it uncomfortable. But just sitting back and trying to air win this is weird. You get the Su-27, sure, but the Tunguskas, next Strela 10 coming out, Tunguskas will get all your bombers, and then that is that. The MiG-31s don't matter if you don't have any attack aircraft anymore, and the attack aircraft currently generate no value, whilst the Master continuously starts to generate more, and the combined arms of the rest of the ground with 24s and so on getting us around as well. S-24 not finding anything. At a 150mm now got a bit of a price buff as well. Now down to 110 points. So they're really solid now. Nikki coming around in BMD2s. A lot of BMP3s. BMD3s now starting to show up. I think these are somewhat overpriced. I believe they should go down to 100 points. Or maybe even 95 points. BMP1 got down 3 here. To engage, gets the BMP 1P. Redka Saperi under fire, BTRD gets the kill. What's that U-33 is coming up? BMD2s slowly rolling in. And the LGB tries to get a hit, gets the TADU. And Gooska's actually struggling to find a hit this time around. Seed playing coming around, but they are all still turned off. LGB gets pushed back. TADU kill is nice. That's an important one. That could actually enable a push here. The Tunguska's are actually annoying against the infantry as well, though. That Scooper could still be saved here. Can be brought back to the Gus. And yeah, this is the moment where you maybe need to be a bit more aggressive. E-Glass and so on are needed as well, though. MI-24 coming around. SU-27 in the rear here. MiG-31's in a bit of a bad spot as well. 31 not getting the kill, pushing it out, but oh no. You can't fly over Tunguskas. Tunguskas not finding the hit there. LGB coming around again, doesn't have a target. Flies over a lot of missiles, just goes down there. Just wasted your most important aggressive tool, wasted there like that, without a target. And without enough follow-up as well, like, yeah. E-Glass getting into a decent spot here. Spetsvedka finally coming around. More Spets Cooper V coming up. But the ones in the center still idle. E-Glass start to get some hits. MI-24 will land here. Getting away from this. Igla Luatz trying to come around. Find the hit either. The fire on Spetsvedka did get killed. 25 minutes to go. As the next that U comes up. Trella 10, BRDM, AA does grow. Masters now will find the E-Glass, making the MI-24s annoying as well. You can't just dive them with your fighters. You need to have ground AA against them, and E-Glass are your best chance on this with the division on the left side. You don't have any long-range AA. As everything has to be air transportable in their force. Hit against the MI-24 V here from the Igla, but no kill. 24Vs can disengage. 23 trying to get the kill. Finding it. BTRD coming up now. B3 is still doing a bit as well. BTRD goes down here. Luatz with the Igla. Just pushing too deep. From 1 engaging. Spetsnaz GRU finding the kill there. BMD3 hitting around as well. 2 coming up. D2s pushing in. Nikki will get killed off, and yeah, there comes the Master again. Really good usage of the Masters here. The 152mm artillery finds the next victim. The enemy just can't run. Those artillery pieces doing a fantastic job for Griffon. Even constantly rotates them. There is no counter battery fire. Griffon just good up on the mechanics, not risking it, moving around. They're reloading, then loading them back out for the next salvo. A 24V rocket will land close by here. I'm unloading, re-aiming for the next Retroetka BMD3, the next half-minute income value unit here. The BMD2s don't have smoke. They only have 2 frontal armor, so pushing with them is tough. The BMD3s have smoke, but they still only have 3 frontal armor. So Conquerors still one-shot them. Tanks still one-shot them. So really pushing with 76 on the ground is so hard, especially over open terrain. That's why I was so confused that they didn't try to go in for this area earlier. But the Spätskruper Weak have a lot easier time to get into the enemy area. 23 coming up. We have the new 2 Spätskruper Vs here now set up. But by now, Griffon has fortified this. BMD3 does disengage. MiG-31 coming around, not finding a long-range hit. The missiles are pretty inaccurate long range. 40% base accuracy against ECM, dropping to 24% accuracy or so. And no artillery here on the left side. First Nona coming in. But we have more TO-55s. We have the next T-80 coming up. T-80 has arrived again on the front line. And it's only 200 points. So Griffon has time here. If this would be a 500, 600, 700 point lead, Griffon would be under a good bit more pressure to come back in and get some value and start getting a push in. But 250 point lead, that you can switch around in 3-4 minutes, even on Black Forest. So can wait until the 30-minute mark to really do your push, and then just come in with brute force, and until then, straight up. And ZSU's here under fire. BMD3 goes down. SU-24 doesn't get the kill. LGB gets shut down, so that's the second important bomber. SU-24 AT doesn't get killed, but both LGB bombers down now. Those were the key value units of that division. Those are the most important units in that division. And yeah, the Tunguska's just killing him. He's still around. Is routed but not killed. Now you have a lot less to worry about as Griffon as well, with that tool removed from the enemy's tool set. There's Nicky's here coming in, Nona's coming in, but it's gonna be so hard to hold this now. The point value is just starting to grow and grow here on the left side. That U-23's going down. Next one just got killed. That's not GRU. Trying to move in, but the Spätskruper Vs aren't with this though. They should be here. Like, this is maybe the one idea that you could to maybe switch this around, making it all around this triangle, spamming ATGMs into this area, and winning the town fight with your infantry. But moving in your recon Spetsnaz on their own is not the way to do this. Okay, smoke coming around. Not sure. Forgot about the Spätskruper V. Okay, no, now they come in. Smoke play coming in as well, but not sure why they didn't move them all in on their together. BMD3 goes down. Seaplane has no targets here. Conquerors coming up, so trying to get ATGMs all around. Retroetka Saperi actually gonna load there now. Will contest the point. Will start a tick. That should have come on a lot earlier. Spätskruper V now under fire from the side here, from the TADU. Smoke wall going up. TO-55 can deal with the BMD3s. Reload time here. But yeah, good micro air from Griffon, letting the ATGM miss. Now the BMD3 about to go down. Oh, gets another HGM out. I got from the side, not getting the hit out either. Spätskruper V nearly dead on the way in. There are more targets there. SU or AT not getting the hits out. MiG-31s getting a hit against the SU-27, but doesn't matter. Spätgruppe V immediately got gunned down. Artillery targeting this area as well. BMD3 gets the kill here, actually gets the TO-55, which missed again. But all the infantry here getting melted. Spätgruppe V not generating any value there. And only a couple more points gained. But special forces units, important special forces units lost. A lot of important ATGM units lost. And on the other side, no units killed here outside of one TO-55. That is absolutely replaceable. As we have T-80UDs now coming in. 2 of them, more infantry. And the T-80UDs can start to face check here soon. Fighting against BMD-3 in the south right now. Bit more infantry with them. SU-24AT finds the TO-55. Only 300 points advantage. That's the big worrying point. Still 17 minutes to go. Griffon still has 10 minutes or so. So they really have to get it going. So then they can generate a lot of value, can level up their combined arms. And the other side, it's only downhill from here. They use the best units already. And they can't get better units than the Spätgruppe V. They can't get better units than the SU-24. And they can't even replace them anymore. So it's only normal Dejaniki. A lot of ATGM units. But the map wasn't made wide enough. There wasn't enough behind the line action. There wasn't enough pushing towards Anna or weird moves around Feodor's north or so. It was all giving the enemy as little frontline as possible because they wanted to air spam. So they didn't want to make it wide, but letting 119th just turtle and build up more and more is kind of recipe for disaster. Like, you want 119th to constantly move and open up side shots, be stretched thin, so that you can kill off 1-2 units, make them feel threatened, and make it uncomfortable for them to keep moving because they don't get the good combined arms up. But the good combined arms is up now. Spätgruppe V here goes down as well. Nikki trying to intercept. And we have a Schmel coming up. We have a good amount of infantry in the town here now. There is only one Spätgruppe V here in the rear. Schmel will come in, but doesn't have anything to spot for anymore. The LGBs are down. And yeah, the more I see 76, the more I think this division currently is kind of useless, to be honest. And this is the only time I think we have seen it so far this season from, like, the only player so far, at least on the high level, with Highlander. And this is the second game where I feel once more confirmed in my feeling. I haven't lost against this division the whole year. Like, ever since the Norfolk patch, where they got nerfed a bit more, I haven't lost against 76. I have beaten them in every single game I played against them, even against players that are higher ranked than me. And it's just because I feel like, yeah, just take your time, like Griffon does. Sure, they might be ahead for 30 minutes, but you will get them in the end. Like, that's the big thing that you know, because they don't have enough weird stuff to throw at you, and they don't have enough staying power. They don't have anything that can stand in front of a tank blob. You can shoot it all down. Yeah, 24 here goes down. It gets the T-80UD, but you can't bring in more. And they can't bring in more of those planes. They only have a limited amount. But the Strelky's now coming in. Polymachiki, Saperis coming in as well. Value has been generated. The Dejaniki here on the ambush path are annoying. Spätgruppe V is annoying. But there comes the push now. And it's gonna be so tough to hold this. ADU gets the kill as well. RDM conquers. Gets shut down. Artillery comes in onto the Spätgruppe V's old position. It moved a bit, but there's enough firepower towards it now. Get it killed. The KDU keeps on generating value. ATGM did miss here from the SU-24. Buskas kept moving with the blob. Getting shots out, getting the kill. Next SU-24 that can't be replaced. KDUs coming up in more numbers. MI-24 has to move. BTRD being annoying, but BRM-1K actually can shoot it down. KDU also tanky enough to deal with the Dejanikis here. But Strelky versus Spätgruppe V. Number 24s rotating around as well. Next to Nikki under fire. CV moves in. We have the +1. And there's so little to hold this. Nikki actually got the TADUD here killed. I guess it showed side armor there. So that's a nice kill. We have a lot of HGMs here now moving in. If you play it more aggressively, maybe this could still work. Like, there might still be a way, but yeah, it's hard to mix the aggressive ground play with still pretty expensive and flimsy units with the really expensive air units. Like, that's such a hard thing to achieve. TADU here, rotating around, getting some nice shots. BMD3 goes down as well. And we have 2 TADUs, the TADBVK. And ticks slowly going up. +1 would be enough. That's 40 points per minute. That in 12 minutes would give you enough points to win this. Pulmachikis here, dealing some more damage. 24s have to be careful of the MiG-31s. 1,000 units do hold, and now come the special forces, Pulmatiki and Spetsnaz. And the Griffon even did keep their special forces back. Nikki here could be fired upon. Asta putting onto the position. Butts and Gus getting down. CV moved into Anna to at least get a couple more points to, or stop the enemy take here. And the Dejaniki is now getting shot by a TADU that slowly but surely will generate value. BTRD immediately gets shut down. MP1 and the other TADU could help out as well. TADBVK doing a decent job. SU-24AT does miss. MiG-29 gets the kill. MiG-31 now diving deep, gets shut down. Seaplane has no targets, and it's a really solid play here from Griffon. Griffon just keeps on generating value, but +1 also absolutely deserved. More BMD3s coming up, and they could increase the +1 here relatively soon. There is nothing left here in front of the center position. S-27 out in the sky again. More Spetsnaz, more Motostrelki. Spetsgrouper V gets spotted here in the rear as well, so Griffon can deal with that, can push back, and can even push into center most likely. +1 is up, and there's likely going to be another really good KD here for Griffon. With Highlander, yeah, really playing 76 in a weird manner. The game plan seemed really out of date. Like, this is how you played the division when it was super busted, when it had more aircraft and the aircraft were way cheaper, and there was no stress on miss, I believe, back then either. So, like, the 76 was busted. Yeah, and that playstyle that he played did work when it was busted, but it's not busted like that anymore, and it just seems somewhat out of date here to play it like this. And as I said, I feel in general the division itself feels a bit out of date, with maybe some buffs needed to its ground forces, like especially the BMD3, which just doesn't feel competitive at the moment for its price point. 110 points. You get a Leo or that can at least deal some decent damage to the enemy ground units, and that doesn't get one-shotted as easily by any ATGM. So killing power of the Conqueror's M here is solid, but it's not insane. Like, Bradley has a better ATGM. AGS firepower against infantry and so on is nice. Not an OP tool. 95 or 100 points, I feel like would be warranted. Don't pay for infantry in it, so you can bring it out a bit more easily. Not really the problem there. The 3 here rotating around, trying to deal with it, but +1 does continue. 8 minute 40 on. Infantry here pushing towards center now. Spetsnaz burning up ZU-23, gets the kill. Pulmachiki can move on as well. There's a Nikki coming up. Move around. BMD3 gets shut down again. They get one-shotted by everything. There goes the second one. And Griffon still hasn't pushed fully through the center. Gets another TADBVK. Gets the next TADBVK. Doesn't want to lose it. On the technicality, Highlander once more with the smoke play, but once more too close. Like, points are not that far apart here, so can by a couple of seconds. This is really unlikely to get you to a W here. Tejaniki on the fire. ATGM coming around. Will find the next Tejaniki in the BTRD killed. Gets the next one with the main gun. So 2 of the reinforcements, they're down immediately as well. ADBVK hasn't moved in yet. Let's on us. Try to keep up the fire. Want to lay down smoke for the infantry push, but there is no real infantry push to come. Tejaniki Kamradi goes down in the south. And this should be able to clean this out now. This should be able to get this back to a +2 and this BMD3 goes down as well. Griffon should know that they are so far ahead now that they actually can push this, but they seem to want to play it slow and methodically. Might leave them in draw territory if somehow Highlander can stop it, but I mean, they still have 7 minutes to move here. Yeah, 1 minute on the +2 would be helpful enough here to get other twos. Trying to get in, trying to get the CP pushed out. A lot more coming in. Just pure BMD2 step them now, but this isn't working here. Tejaniki's on the fire. BD2 gets shut down. Second one trying to come in, gets shut down as well. Nonas smoking all things up. BU quite engaged right now, but the infantry is enough. Water Strelke switching around. Tejaniki will go down as well. And yeah, no planes here to help out with this. Now this could all move forward. There's nothing in front of it. But Griffon just plays it slow and steady. About to get ahead here now. 31. Hits the SU-27 once more. Doesn't get the kill. More infantry units here. Through the south. Towards the front line. There we go. Polomachiki moved up. Get the next kill. On us. Trying to get some hits into the rear. Mi-24 can't find the way forward. And there we go. More VMD2s coming along. EDU. TO-55s could just kind of A-click here right now. Griffon is a bit too cautious for my liking. Like, against a player with a bit more pizzazz that maybe tried to sneak something into Eleanor right now, this could fail. Like, against a Medi player or so. Highlander usually not the guy for that kind of play. But I think it's a bit too timid right now from Griffon. Like, you know you have taken out all the big tools, and you should also keep somewhat count of how much stuff you killed. That you are most likely have cleared the map significantly, and see yourself with a massive blob here. So this is a time where an A-click is in order. +1 still does it though. Still will get them ahead more than 100 points, which is the need for victory. But this could have been done a bit easier here. Artillery running around. Master B. Counter battery here against the Nonna. Find some damage there. BRDM2 Conquerors coming around. Polmachiki and Motorvashvetka engaging. 45 points now. It does continue. Master tries to find the Nonna. Another Dejan Saperi coming in, will try to sneak in into the north. There is no CV in there. Bit of a mistake as well. I mean, it's not going to be easy to sneak anything in there. Maybe with a bit of weird smoke play, you could. Got a battery there. BMD3 and BMD2 go down. Like, the KD is purely Griffon lately. That's also because Griffon has completely given the move to Highlander, and Highlander, yeah, has to kind of suicide stuff in. AT plane gets a kill against the TO-55, but likely he's not going to make it out alive. Even if the TO-55 is not worth a lot. Okay, Does actually make it out alive. ADU here actually disengaging away from this. Could have maybe taken the fight as well. Red gas around. The ADBVK gets involved. Pig does continue. Artillery does get in here. And the 100 points are about to be reached here. ADU around. 3 more seconds. Now the points are reached. Now he has more. About 1 points and Francesco's a berry here. Oh! Yeah, that would have been a massive mistake if that just that could have saved Highlander. If that would have gotten through and gotten the +2 there, that would have saved the game. But yeah, the Francesco did turn on last second and another more than 2-1 KD. Not the strongest showing of Highlander here, to be honest, in this series. But Griffon also looks absolutely stable. I'm really excited to see what they're going to bring in the playoffs, and it's the top of the top from the other groups. As yeah, this was a weird 76 game, and I don't quite get the 76 game with this game plan idea against what 19. I feel like a lot of other divisions could have done fun shenanigans against 19th, and that was just super outdated 76 play that just has no chance of winning. And yeah, Griffon, and not against the Division 1 level player. Like, that still might work on the ladder, and maybe Highlander tested it out there, but against a high level player like Griffon, that just has no chance of working. As I said, 76 is a division that I think is actually secret D tier currently in competitive play, because it has a bit of a cheese, but if you know what's coming, you can prepare for it. It's one of the most limited divisions, having no tanks, having no good artillery, having no long range AA, and having no helicopters, so that you can play around that quite easily and eliminate it that way. Its IFVs are limited quite a bit as well. So in the end, 76 here, just not the right choice, and Griffon winning it 2-0. We gonna end it here for today, guys. My voice is starting to crack. Solo casting it. I think we're gonna be back on Friday afternoon again. So if you don't want to miss it, be there. Yeah, I might be streaming a bit more Master of Command tomorrow. Yeah, I absolutely love the video, the game, and we might continue the French run there tomorrow after work for a bit. So good chance that I'm gonna stream tomorrow around 7 p.m. as well. That said, let's send you over to a bit of Hoi4 over at Zoomer Real, and see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day there.